notes are slightly out of tune, but I'm sure I'm not to blame. Nothing's happened, but I think it will soon. So I sit here waiting for God and a train to the astral plane.
And the only thing we have to fear is...
Well, a little water wouldn't hurt. Besides, it's almost the end of the day.
That's okay. Thanks, though. That was really nice of you to look out for me. I'm Marcia.
I'm Brian. You've done this before?
Oh, yeah. Since I was 7. My parents loved the temple.
Since you were 7?
Yeah. I guess you could say I'm a real believer.
Welcome. How many of you here are here for the first time? Please raise your hand. A special welcome to you. I am Aaron, the high priest, and I want you to know that you are in the right place. We are all here to seek forgiveness. Who's first?
So, what exactly do we do when we get to the front of the line? Do we have to talk or something?
Yeah. You have to look them in the eye and say, I'm sorry.
Whoa. What? To someone I've never met? Do I have to go into detail?
Well, no, but you have to say it. And more importantly, you have to mean it. It has to be sincere. And you have to say it for something specific. Every one of us has to look him in the eye and say, I am sorry. And then he takes it and he brings it to God. That's how forgiveness works.
Wow. Okay. Well, maybe I shouldn't have come. I don't really believe in God. But could I at least get one of those little round stickers that says I atoned?
Why did you come if you don't believe?
It's complicated. I really need to be forgiven. I didn't know where else to go.
There is a room where it happens. All of us want to be in that room where forgiveness happens, where we start to live again. There is a room like that in our tradition where once a year, for one brief moment, a realignment happens. We're released. Bam! Magic. But this year, next.
Well, at this point, we might not even get there before the day is over. But is it always this crowded?
No, the line is definitely longer this year. Look, I don't know how it works, but it works. We walk out beaming. We're cleansed, fresh start.
Yeah, but what if that's not enough?
Are you concerned it's not enough?
I'm concerned it won't work.
It always works.
It only works if I stand before God and say I'm sorry. The same God that took my children, maybe the same one that took theirs, or their lover, their friend. What if I'm not sorry? What if I'm just pissed Next.
I mean, we walk out feeling cleansed, and that's it? But has anything really changed? Besides, he doesn't know me. Does he know you? Have you ever had more than 3 minutes with the guy?
Well, no, but I like the way he listens when I'm there.
What if I'm too mad to listen? Next.
He's a politician. He's a public figure. It's his job to make you feel like he cares.
You think he doesn't care?
I don't think the system is set up for anything real to happen.
How will we all be forgiven? Next.
This is the ritual we have. And if you're not invested in it, why are you staying? What did you do? What's so serious you must ask for forgiveness in a system you don't believe in?
You're not the priest. If I told you what I'm really sorry for, you'd cast me out. You couldn't look me in the face. I need something like forgiveness, I'll give you that, but I'm not convinced any of us get it this way.
Come on, folks, let's keep this line moving.
And in fact, we're going to stop the line for a moment and just freeze where we are. Friends, I'm John Adam Ross. Welcome to Storahtelling. I am your maven master of ceremonies today. And you may be wondering where we are and what's happening. Well, this is Storahtelling, where Torah meets your story, where history meets fantasy, where the page meets the stage. We bring you the same old stories with a bit of a twist. See, when the telling of Torah premiered in Jerusalem 2,500 years ago, it wasn't the Torah service we know today. The Torah service we know today is nobody's idea of a good time. But 2,500 years ago, it was. It was exciting. There was engaging live translation from Hebrew into the language of the day. Because back in that day, most of the people didn't speak Hebrew. They needed translators, mevinim, mevin, the Hebrew word for understand. The understanders, the mevinim. And they made the Torah come to life for everybody who was there to hear the story. And so here today, right now, we're doing it again at Lab Shul with Storahtelling, making this Mount Sinai. And you, the people of Israel, at the foot of Mount Sinai, waiting for an exciting telling of our tale. A telling that will hopefully help us plug into today, into our face-to-face atonement. Right now, we have two Israelites waiting in line for their chance to come face-to-face with a high priest who's feeling a little nervous about whether or not he's up for the job this year. We'll see if we're all up for the job this year as we dig deeper into the story. So now it is time for the story. Live from Mount Sinai and live from the Tribeca Performing Arts Center at the Borough of Manhattan Community College on the corner of Chambers and the River, we bring you I Love You, I'm Sorry, your Yom Kippur Maven. And as we're about to take out the star of the show, I'm turning to Rabbi Amichai to invite us in.
Thank you, Jar. We're going to open the ark. We're going to enter the story. We've done this many, many years, and every year it's the same, and every year it's completely different. We're on a campus, and this has been a year where there has been a lot of needs to say, I'm sorry, on campuses as well. And so we know there are a lot of families among our community with college students who have had a year rough or rougher than a lot of us. So we wanted to invite one such family with 3 college students, Francine and Adam, and your 3 children with you. Oh my God. You guys are representing the entire beleaguered community of college families in the entire United States, and certainly in our community. So Dara, Esther, Asa, no pressure, but we ask you to please come up and help us open our barrel ark and let the stories that we hear today help us open our hearts to each other, face to face, into whatever forgiveness might look like. Thanks for coming up. Did you know that's why you were coming up? You all failed? That doesn't work too. Updates. 2 college graduates and 1 stand-in. But you get the idea. Stand right there. Hold her tight. We're going to sing. Whoops. Let's not knock the holy candles. We're going to pray this prayer that we only pray 1 time a year. Just once this time. To ask for really every single source of the divine to be with us as we attend atonement. So we've got 2 ordinary Israelites who have been waiting in line for a very long time to come face to face with their atonement. Waiting to talk to the old priest and tell them they're sorry. It's almost sundown and they're getting a little anxious if they're going to get to the end of the line before the ritual is up. And on the other end of that line is our priest. A priest who is navigating grief and trauma of his own. Who also needs to make atonement. All of us here today are here for atonement. How many of us are ready to do that atonement face to face? Is there anyone here who has a sorry to make that needs to be made face to face? Over the past year, is there anyone that you feel you've wronged, that you need the courage to come face to face with, eye to eye, to say, I'm sorry? Not just in an email or a text message or a Facebook post. This Aliyah is for the courageous of us who are willing to take the first step toward that face-to-face atonement. And if you feel moved to join us for the blessing of this Aliyah, you can do it by standing up where you're sitting. If you're at home, you can stand up on your couch. Not on your couch, I would stand in front of your couch. And if you are brave enough
and are able to join us, you can climb all the way up Mount Sinai and come face to face with the actual story as the first step of coming face to face with your atonement. This aliyah, this first aliyah, is going to be for you, Rabbi.
And we want to call up Rabbi Dalia Shacham to come be our Torah chanter as we gather on this day.
Yamdu, calling up all those of us who are willing to atone face to face and ready to take that first step. It's daunting, I know, but if you have the courage, come on up.
My brave people, to your confession. You guys can just wrap it around.
אמן. והמשלח את השעיר לעזאזל, יכבס בגדיו, ורחץ את בשרו במים, ואחרי כן יבוא אל המחנה.
The sun's almost down. At least we finally made it to the main courtyard. Is that the guy in charge of the scapegoat? He shouldn't be back already. Did the high priest already go into the Holy of Holies and bless the goats and finish the job? Is it really all over? Is it really that late?
He's got his work clothes folded up in his hand.
What? If he's back already, that means the goat with all our sins was already pushed over the cliff. Oi, did we miss our chance?
ואת החטאת, ואת שעיר החטאת, אשר הובא את דמם לכפר בקודש, יוציא אל מחוץ למחנה, ושרפו באש את אורותם ואת בשרם ואת פרשם.
What is that stench?
Oh God, the sanitation team. The ones that take what's left of the sacrificial animals outside and burn the skin and the excrement. Ugh.
Thank you for entrusting me with your sorries. I've listened to all of you and delivered them up to God. Good news. all have been forgiven.
Hey!
Hey, what about us? I'm sorry, and I'm ready, so what gives?
Wait, I'm sure we're gonna get in. We have to.
והסורר אותם יכבס בגדיו ורחץ את בשרו במים ואחרי כן יבוא אל המחנה. Okay, deck crew. Julia, if we could get the talents garments to laundry, let's get the bath ready as well. We're packing up. Thank you all. That's a wrap.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Why is everyone on their way back? Are they breaking down the platform already? Who is running the show? They can't have forgotten about us.
No, they don't care about us, just like I told you.
No, but look. The ones who did get through are beaming. Just like I said, they got their forgiveness. But what about me? What about us?
והייתה לכם לחוקת עולם בחודש השביעי בעשור לחודש תענו את נפשותיכם וכל מלאכה לא תעשו האזרח והגר הגר בתוככם.
This is what we're supposed to do.
This is what we're supposed to do?
Show up, 7th month, 10th day, wait in line, be patient, share sins, don't eat, don't drink, don't have sex, don't work. This is how it's supposed to work.
Bam! Magic. And all are forgiven.
And all are forgiven.
כי ביום הזה יכפר עליכם לטהר אתכם מכל חטאותיכם לפני אדוני תטהרו.
Well, I don't feel forgiven. You told me this was the way to be forgiven, and I told you I have a lot to be forgiven for. You told me this is how I'm supposed to feel clean again. And I didn't believe you, but I trusted you anyway, and now...
We're closing now. We're closing. Sorry, we are done. He already said the words. We finished the ritual. The priest can't take any more sorries today. So sorry. Yom Kippur is over, everyone. Work light's coming up.
Excuse me. Excuse me. So sorry. So sorry. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, so much. Oh. God bless. Yes, God bless you all. Oh. Excuse me. Oh.
Oh.
Thank you.
Oh.
I have to catch my camera.
No. Oh, hi. Hi. Remember me? Marcia? I've been coming here since I was 7. Thank God you're here. They told us that you were closing up, but we didn't get a chance to say sorry.
Well, the sun is set. The goats are out. The line was long. We have to pack up and go home now.
What?
It's over. Day is done. Can't help you anymore, but wait. I have a sticker.
We have been here in line for hours.
I really need to be forgiven.
You're telling me there's nowhere to say I'm sorry? I've done all the things I'm supposed to do. I am a dues-paying member of the temple. Why can't you take my sorry now? Why can't you take his? This is supposed to work. It always works.
You know, maybe it didn't work today because I'm just so angry, because I'm just so sad. But for the first time in life, and I've been doing this for many years, I don't feel like I've been forgiven either. And at this late juncture, I don't know if any of us can.
Well, let's pause there. We still might have hope. And for everybody who came up here to take the first step in coming face to face with your atonement, you being here face to face with the story and blessing this exploration will help. I really believe it. So let's have that blessing. On the back side of your cards. Baruch atah havaya Eloheinu ruach haolam אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת, וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו, ברוך אתה הוויה, נותן התורה. Thank you so much for being here. We just had a technical glitch in the inherited ritual, and we're going to need to straighten this out. But in the meantime, you can go back to your seats. Thank you so very much. Wouldn't mind just folding up that talus and throwing it here would be wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. So now let's see where we are. We stopped. We have these two ordinary Israelites who, again, we're waiting and waiting and waiting to atone. We have a high priest who clearly is navigating his own stuff today. And the sun set already. The ritual's over. That's a twist in the story we weren't expecting. What do we do in this situation? How many of you feel like you showed up today and it felt a little different than previous Yom Kippurs? How many of you feel like you showed up today and you were a little nervous about whether or not it was going to work this time? How many of you feel the way our skeptic does? That while we have something to atone for, we're not sure if we're worthy of forgiveness. Any hands? How many of you feel the way our believer feels? That there's a system you've trusted for a really long time and you're not sure if that system's going to work this time around. Raise your hand. Well, clearly the old ways aren't working. At least not today. We have Aaron. Aaron, who lost 2 sons very recently. Aaron, who is still grieving and wrestling with Aaron's own relationship to all of this. Aaron, who is having to stand in front of everyone and accept their sorries, and then deliver sorries to a God that Aaron's in a complicated relationship with, a system that Aaron's been a part of for a long time and doesn't know if it works for him anymore. Are there any Aarons in the room? Anyone here experienced trauma this year that's impacting your ability to trust the system you've been doing for years and years? How are you feeling, Aaron? Call it out. I'd love to know. Conflicted. Abandoned. Betrayed. Hopeless. Adrift. Are you getting these character notes? Yeah. More. This is great. Huh? I didn't hear it. Pain. Confused. Mad. Huh? Exhausted. Turmoil. Frustrated. There's a lot of errands here today. I wanted to say this is amazing, but it's not. It's devastating. Thank you, Aaron. Now, do we have any Israelites in the room? Do we have any Israelites who came today thinking it was going to work, got ready to stand in that line? We all know later today at Lab Shul we'll be invited to stand in line and come face to face with the Torah. Is there anyone here who is like our Israelites, worried that it's not going to work for them, worried that they've been standing here all day, eager and desperate for it to work? Any Israelites here? How are you feeling? Depressed? Anyone else? Anxious? Patient? Impatient? Culpable? Hopeful? That's better than culpable. Thank you, Stephanie. I'm sorry I misheard you. Anyone else? Any other Israelites here? How are you feeling? Huh? Negligent. Guilty. Hopeless. Should meet Stephanie. You know, here's the thing. We're not in the temple. It's 2024. We're right here and right now. And it's unclear if this ritual is sufficient, is going to get us there. So I'd like to propose we think about an alternative. Clearly, we all need something. There's a lot of Aarons and Israelites in this room. Clearly, we are all eager for something that makes us feel, coming out of this day, like we have done some of the work. Those of us who've already joined us on stage for the blessing, those of us who did the work of showing up today, those of us who are doing the work at home of zooming in, of plugging in, is work. We need the ritual to work for us too. This is an opportunity for us in this moment. It is a laboratory synagogue, is it not? For us to envision what would a public atonement ritual look like if it wasn't this one. Sure, we come here every year and we say Ashamnu and we find meaning in that, the vidui. We tell the story and we find meaning in that. But let's say we didn't have this, just now, right now, this year. What could we have for personal atonement? A ritual of community atonement, a ritual of national atonement. I would like to invite you to take a couple of minutes to turn to your neighbors and to spitball ideas for what you think we could use if we were rebuilding an atonement ritual for today. What would it include? Would there be animal sacrifice? So many questions that are on all of your minds. Please take a couple of minutes and discuss. All right, everyone, I'm going to welcome you back in. Welcoming you back in. Thank you so much for all of the incredible thought work you just did on behalf of the Jewish community of the world. Did anyone hear something that moved you or that you felt was a compelling element of a modern atonement ritual that you want to share? Anyone hear something that you want to share that you felt compelled? Yes. Huh? Quarterly atonement. It's like the IRS. If we did it every few months, maybe it wouldn't be so daunting. Yes. Speed atoning. It's so good. It's face to face, but only 5 seconds, so it doesn't get weird. Someone else. Huh? Writing down what you hope to atone for and burning it in a community bonfire. That feels both primal and modern. I love it. Yes. Sorry. Yes. Listening to your own heart. Making that silence. Yeah. Hurt. Listening to your own hurt. Thank you. listening to our own hurt and also getting out of ourselves and being present in the community. Yes. Listening to other people. Beautiful. Thank you. Yes, we'll take a couple more. Animal adoption instead of sacrifice. That is the last one, yeah. Make it more about the atoned to than the atoner. That's beautiful. Thank you so much. That was also Stephanie? That's great. Stephanie, you're winning the day. And by the way, in case you were wondering, as you head out today, everybody's getting a puppy. Does any of this resonate? You're the one stuck here looking for forgiveness. Does this help?
I mean, sure, in the future, I guess we could do some of those things, but right now, from where I stand, there's one way, and it's God's way, and if you don't do it that way, some pretty bad things can happen. And I feel unlovable as it is, and if I don't get forgiveness, I don't know what I'll be.
You don't have to feel unlovable. There's an easy solution to that. And this may sound a little weird, but I would love it if everybody could turn to the person next to you, even if they're a stranger. It won't be weird because we're all doing it together at the same time. And just say, I love you. We're going to do it together, okay? On the count of 3. You have to mean it, but even if you don't know the person, only on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
I love you.
I love you? No. No, no, no. Stop. Enough. I came here for forgiveness, not love. I really, really messed up this year, and I didn't get to atone.
Okay. So what if instead of I love you, we try I'm sorry? And we really apologize for something specific. At least try it. I'm sorry. Everyone, all together on the count of 3, we're going to say I'm sorry to the person next to you. 1, 2, 3. I'm sorry.
No. No, this isn't enough. This isn't enough. It's not enough for me to atone. I need someone to forgive me. Please, someone forgive me.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm here to forgive you. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
You know, I spent the whole day looking people directly in the face. And even when I phoned it in, it does something to you. That's all the holy is, really. That's why it's so scary. There's nothing between you and the depths of someone. It's face to face, direct. In a moment, I'm going to ask you to turn to someone next to you, perhaps especially someone you don't know. Look each other in the face and try saying, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I thank you. And if you're joining us by, what's the word?
Online.
Yeah, online. If you're joining us online and there's no one next to you, just look into the screen and know someone is looking at you, saying, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, too. Let's try it now.
I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I thank you.
Notice what that felt like. To say it and mean it face to face. And notice what it felt like to hear it.
But something has to actually change at the end of this. It can't just be feelings, right?
Atonement starts with accountability. You came in today to get forgiveness in the traditional way. And I am sorry I couldn't give that. This year, all I could think about was my sons and how God, the God I represent, took them from me and does the same to so many parents every single day. And I am filled with anger. I'm torn up with grief. And I just couldn't do the job today. Not in the traditional way.
I forgive you.
I thank you.
But am I forgiven?
The only thing we can ever know is that we showed up. That's what my parents taught me the first time I came as a kid. That the most important thing is to show up for each other, face to face. Like when you saw me in the line and offered me water. When you asked me to tell you why I believe what I believe. When you stayed, even when it got hard. That meant something to me. And I have to believe it matters in the end.
But am I forgiven?
The traditional way may not have worked for us this year, but look what we were able to do. We were able to come together and contribute so many different ideas for ways we could move forward with the tradition, devise a new system right here, right now. We played with what we inherited and we let it evolve.
You know, I never really believed that some guy behind a curtain I had never met could carry my guilt for me and have it be meaningful. Sorry. But I do feel lighter. I'm glad I came.
See? It always works. Here. Have a sticker.
I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I thank you. I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I thank you. I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I thank you. I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I thank you. I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I thank you. I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I thank you. I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I thank you. I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I thank you. I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I thank you. I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I thank you.
Our incredible mavens today for helping bring this story to life for us. And thank all of you for showing up face to face.
And thank you, John Ross, for stepping into the stage as the sage storyteller maven. These stickers are going around. I'm just going to say think before you put it on. Like, really? Maybe you want to wait till sunset, when we've burnt the carcasses and ready to begin another year. I'll put mine in the pocket till I feel it's really right. Thank you, friends, for walking us in the footsteps of the ancient priests. And as we wrap this morning's Storahtelling, and it's just about noon, in a few moments we're going to take the time to participate in yet another ritual of words, the Yizkor, in which we remember our loved ones who are here with us in spirit, not walking this earth, but here in our soul. Before we do so, we want to end this telling of Torah with a healing prayer, with a Misha Berach. It is our tradition that on this day, on every day when we open the Torah, and when the Torah scroll is wide open, our hearts are just a little more open to the healing that we need, to the healing that we want right now. So I'm going to invite you, friends, if you're joining us online and here, to feel into the healing that you want to offer right now. Is there anybody in your lives right now, and that includes yourself, who is dealing with a physical challenge, and you could use some healing and some love? And is there anybody in your lives, including you, who is dealing with some mental health challenges, with a broken heart, with a conflicted conscience, with a hurt, and with a rage, and with whatever feels like needing healing? And if there are those among us who are holding in our heart the people in this country and around the world, and the people whom so many of us love in Israel and Palestine, and in the Middle East, and in Ukraine, and everywhere on this planet where there's hurting now, and not enough people are saying, I love you and thank you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. This is where we're going to send this healing now. We are at a moment of moral injury. We're at a moment that in our name, as humans, and perhaps as Jews, a lot of awful things are happening. How will we be part of the healing? What can we do today to make forgiveness not just a word, but a reality that we will raise, and we will hold, and we will love? If you feel like it, if you are able to and you would want to, I invite us to rise as we send a blessing of healing, and atonement and forgiveness and hope on behalf of our ancestors to every single one of us. May the one who blessed our ancestors and our parents be with us on this solemn day. מי שברכה אבותינו ואמותינו, יברכנו רפואת הגוף ורפואת הנפש, רפואת הלב, רפואת האומץ. May the one who blessed our parents bless all us for healing of the mind and healing of the hearts, for healing of the body, for healing of our courage, for healing of our moral failures, for healing of our broken hearts, for healing for our bereaved parents, for healing for our wounded children, body, mind, and soul. May the one who blessed our parents with resilience give us what we need to make it through another day. May the one who gave our leaders courage and compassion give our leaders courage and compassion everywhere where we exist. May the one who gave our countries and our nations a place to be a home for freedom and for love make every home and every nation, every country, not a place for war, but a place for peace, a home for healing, and a place for love. May the one who broke our hearts help us heal each other's hearts. May we be able to forgive ourselves and to forgive each other. May we do everything we can to heal this world, to heal this day, to be each other's healers. May we be less of the problem and more of the solution. May we show up face to face with every single one we can in atonement and in humility and with our truth and with our hope. May there be healing. El na refanala. Divine source, help us be the healing.
El na refanala, el na refanala, el na refanala.
Are found inside the scroll. They are the words of hope. They are the words for healing. They are the words once spoken by one sibling to his sister as Moses prayed for Miriam. And so we pray today for every single one of our siblings, the ones we know, the ones we don't. El na refanala. May we be part of each other's healing. I want to invite Todd and Jackie and their family to come help us raise this scroll and wrap it up. And with this raising, we raise each other up for a year of hope and peace and healing. Stand and raise it. You've done it before.
וזאת התורה אשר שם משה לפני בני ישראל על פי הוויה ביד משה. עץ חיים Torah.